Hi there, it's Janice Thompson from JazzleDazzleCrafts.com. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I work in Scotland. I've come on today with another 3D Thursday. So I went on a wee road trip with my husband at the weekend and we went to Dundee. You'll already know that if you watched yesterday's video, but Dundee is a good hour and a bit drive for us, so it was nice just to get away and do something different. It's a city that I really like. And Dundee, one of the things that Dundee is famous for is jam. I don't think they manufacture quite as much of it as they used to, but it is an area around Dundee where they grow lots of berries and fruit. So they are famous for jam, but they're also famous for marmalade as well. Dundee, it's the city of the three J's, which obviously I'm J for Janice, but in Jazzle Dazzle, but J for jam, jute and journalism. They're the three things that Dundee is famous with, and you will be familiar with some of the journalism things if you ever read the Sunday Post or you're familiar with Oor Willie or the Bruins. You'll have read something that was printed in Dundee. So anyway, I'm just blethering. But okay, so my husband was having a scone in the cafe in the V&A Museum and there was a choice of marmalade or jam and he couldn't decide which one he wanted, so he took both. He used the raspberry jam and I nobbled the marmalade jar because I thought I could make a box and it would make a night to give somebody a wee gift of a jar of jam. They're just the wee mini jars, individual portion type size jars, and what a lovely wee gift to give somebody. And then I thought, well, do you know, I could use my lemon zest stamp set. I don't use it very often. When I ordered it, I made a bit of an error and I ordered it on the wooden blocks. I could have sent it back, that's fine, but I thought it would be quite nice to let my customers and all my different ladies that come to class have a go with the wooden blocks, because some of them haven't stamped with wooden blocks before, so they have used it and experienced it. But as you'll be aware, Stampin' Up are actually not going to be doing the wooden blocks much now because people just, I think it's to storage space, we just don't have the space for them. So I'm actually going to take out the orange segment stamp and the two leaf stamps. That's all the stamps I'm going to use out of this set today, so I'm going to pop that out of the way. And so, and just to show you a bit about the process of designing a box to fit a particular item, I did work out my measurements and I thought I would try, the first attempt was to try an envelope punch board box and I came up with this box, but then I thought it was a bit difficult for decorating. I mean, it does tuck in and it is okay, but I hadn't got, it's a bit too wide at the top. I hadn't made sure that I was at right angles, and to have the top open and that would make it all just a bit difficult and it just didn't do what I wanted it to do. So I tried again, thought, well, what if I'd had it closing this way and decorated it? And yeah, that's okay too, it's okay, but then it was this bit there that kind of just, how would I decorate that, and if I did stick it all down, how would the person receiving it open it up, and it didn't work for me in my head. So I came up with this one, and I did like this one. This one is perfect, however I feel that I didn't want it so high here. I felt like a house, I felt the eaves were too tall, but do you know what it would do for a wee bottle of something? It's a nice wee box, but I have adapted it and I'm going to make one this size. So it's in the milk carton style to the measurements that I've calculated out that are just right for this jar. So as you see, this one goes in, puts it down, and I can use the clamp, and I hadn't decorated this yet. I was just trying to get the box right. So I'm going to have a go and do this with you on camera. So I'm going to use the same colours, but this time I'm using Very Vanilla because, to tell you the truth, I'm running out of Whisper White. I'm needing to put an order in and get some more Whisper White. So I need my pumpkin pie ink as well. So in this box I am using pumpkin pie, Mango Melody and Granny Apple Green. This, because I just like them and that they were to hand, the orange colours work for me for orange marmalade. So I'm just going to show you how I kind of came up with the decoration for this. Okay, so, excuse me, got a bit of a toothache. So I've got some Very Vanilla to stamp on. I've cut out a piece of pumpkin pie the size that I want my box. Because I made that one with the Mango Melody that way round, I'm going to do this one the other way round with the pumpkin pie. And I've cut out Mango Melody panels for around my box, and I'm going to do the stamping with you, and then we'll cut out those little panels for decoration from this. So basically it's a bit of my random stamping that I'm going to do. So first of all I'm going to get pumpkin pie. Now my pumpkin pie is getting a bit dry. I don't have the refill ink, but what I'm going to do is buy one of the New Style pads. So I'm just inking up and stamping down. As you see, it is quite dry, but it's okay. It still has the same. And get a bit more from it this time. Slightly different. I don't know why it wasn't quite. It's maybe because we're on Very Vanilla as well. It's getting darker now. And then we'll use some Mango Melody. Must be the ink's all at one end or something. Now I've been storing it flat, so it shouldn't happen, but sometimes it does. I have had this for 3 years or more, so there's no, do you know, I'm not complaining at all. It's got better up this end, so we can cut our wee squares from this end. Yeah, that's better. And then we'll clean that off. Not that it would matter too much about cleaning off. And then we'll use the Mango Melody. Well, it was still a fruit, wasn't it? So there. Not too concerned if they overlap. In fact, overlapping is good. You're going to chop this up, so really just randomly get some down there, and then I'm going to pop some leaves in as well. And then close that up. Bring in the Granny Apple Green and put in a few leaves, really, and that's about it. Just be a wee bit careful with the green and not be too heavy handed, because the edges of these leaves seem to it's not, you know, it's just about, as I say, you are going to chop it up, so overlapping's fine. It's just some orange and, I don't know, could be grapefruit, could be lemon slices, or just slightly paler oranges. I would say that the pumpkin pie did look a bit more vibrant on the white, so if you would prefer to use white, at least I'm showing you in two different ways. So that's all the stamping that's needed. It's just random, and I'm going to chop that up now. And I have worked out the measurements, so I don't, because brain doesn't always work when I switch the film on. For some reason my brain tends to zone out. Whoops. Picked up the tripod off the desk, so I'm going to have to shift just slightly. I don't want it to fall off. So now I will put all these measurements on my blog. If I don't do it today, I'll do it very soon, okay? So for this I need 4 that are 1 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then I need 2 that are 1 1/4 by 3/4. So what I'll do is I will cut this 2 strips at 1 1/4, because that measurement is in everything. So that's 1 1/4, and then this one at 1 1/4 as well. This is inches today. I usually work in centimetres, but for the moment my scoreboard, it just has inches on it, so when I get round to buying I keep telling you all that, I don't know, but hey. Right, so that was all 1 1/4, so this needs to be 1 3/4, and I need 4 that are 1 3/4. So let's get that in nice and straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then from this strip, and I need 2 pieces that are 3/4 of an inch. And to be honest with you, I find it easier to work from here, measuring over that way from my cutting line. So I'm going to go three-quarters of an inch. Okay, so that's all that I need at the moment. I can put this out of the way, and then we need our scoreboard to measure off our box. So, scoreboard, and how much can you see on this scoreboard? So if I just bring it to about there, you'll see what I'm doing. Okay, actually go and switch off. I've switched on again because otherwise the film would have cut out while we're still going. So right, so let's hope I've got this right. So I have worked out beforehand all my scores and my measurements, and I will put them on the blog, so don't worry about them as we go. So pop a card up here, and so you've got your nice right angle. There's your posh bit in the corner, and then I'm going to score. This is the 7.5 inch length here, the longest one. So it's in landscape here. So along this long side I am scoring 1 3/4. I'm going to use the bigger book. 1 3/4. Oh, my brain's gone dead. 3.5. 5 1/4. And 7. And then I'm going to turn it around. And score it at 1 3/4, 4, and 5. This isn't right. Something's not right here. Yeah, this is too big. I've cut this too big. I'm going to switch the film off and have a rethink. I'll just switch back on when I've worked this out, sorry. I've worked it out. Your card is 5 3/4 by 7.5. But I will put that on the blog, so it was really good that I noticed that. So it's 5 3/4 by 7.5. So that this score is going in at 5 1/4. Whoops. Just good that I spotted that, or I would have been having a bit of a job. So that's the scores in. Put the board out of the way, and then where is my bone folder? Where are you? Right, okay. So I'm just I'm just folding and burnishing all my folds. There we go. So then I need to find my scissors, and we need to cut off what we need to cut off. So of course I've forgotten, I hadn't written it down all this bit. Alright. Okay, so this little square here, we're going to cut that away. And this thin rectangle here, we're definitely going to cut that away. But then I'm going to cut up each of these. Now what I do is I fold it over and I cut a thin wedge, and I just find this gives me a neater finish. You can just cut a straight line, that works fine. I'm just taking that one away altogether. Alright, then take that, and you're just cutting up to the first fold line, and it's a very thin wedge. You see? Whoops, I'm getting that come out. Well, that's alright. That's okay. And then there, fold that fold. Cut thin. Just right up to the line. And then just a wee similar wedge to match on this side as well. All that out of the way. So you've got your 4 flaps. I'm just going to tidy this one up a wee bit, just hadn't cut through properly, that's it. And then this strip here, just miter that just for tidiness, so there's no wee bits sticking out when you glue it together. So that's basically your box, but before I actually fold it and stick it, I want to put the wee panels on for, oh no, do you know, there's something else I needed to show you. Oh, Janice thinks she's done when she's not. Okay, so you need back on your scoreboard. So before you put your scoreboard away, maybe you could do this. But so you need 2 little scores from the top edge to the first fold line there. It's just to guide you to do the foldy in bit. So the first one needs to be at 2 5/8. So just here, and it's just to there. and then the second one at 6 1/8, so that's there. Keep this tool with you. Put the board away. Now I'll show you what that, basically what that is. It's halfway along that part there, and that's halfway along there, so that the measurements are there. Again, they will be on my blog. Then take your ruler, and you're working in this second shape. It's like a wee rectangle. Take your ball tool and go from the bottom of that wee notch to the corner here, the cross section there, and quite firmly mark a groove with your pokey tool, not pokey tool, your ball tool. There you go. So you're making that triangle that's going to make that roof shape in your box, the milk cartony shape idea. So again, from the corner, I go over it a few times because I just want to break down the fibres, and the paper then will want to fold the way you want it to fold. And then in there to the corner. So that's these bits in. So that's us. We've done our cutting and all our folds. You just gently tease these folds, not forcing them to go anywhere just now, just gently letting them know what you're going to want them to do in a wee while. Right, and then we need to quickly stick all the panels together. Now I'm just going to use snail today just for quicking on the video, but you might want to use some wet glue. Now I've used 1/4 inch increments when I've been working out my panels. I personally think that's maybe just a bit much, but so you can decide when you're working out your own. You might want to make smaller increments. When I get back to my centimetres, I'll be doing it in 4mm layers again, like I do on my cards, because that's what I like doing. You know what would be quicker if I just put the snail on each one. 1, 2, 1, 2, whoops, 1 and 2, and then just quickly pop them on. I like layering them up, it just gives it a bit of extra look. It also makes the box that wee bit sturdier. So there we've got the 6 panels. I'm going to put snail on the back of each of these, and then you can see 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So what are you thinking to 3D Thursday? Have you tried any of the things? Are you going to share any of it with us that you've made? Oops, Janice, careful. Right, so I'll bring this down. So one panel, the 2 little ones. So you're sticking them not where you've got your triangles, on the other alternate panels. And then these are going on all 4 here for around the middle of your box. Try and make sure they're straight, just adds to the appearance. Of extra glue there, that's it, out of the way. So that's that. Now, I will actually go back over this and do it with wet glue, but just to save you having to wait here forever, I am going to do this with the snail just now, just to show you the construction, but I don't believe snail to be that strong for a permanent box. So that was that bit glued down, and then I'm just going to sort the flaps. Actually, I will use wet glue here, because then I can pop my. So just going to use a bit of our Tombow, if it'll come out. Putting a bit of Tombow here. And then I'm just trying to make sure it's straight. Put that one over the top, aiming that to be straight there. And then where's my back and where's my front? I didn't check any of that. So this is the back, so we'll put that one forward. We'll put glue on there. Whoops. Pull that one. Now you see, it's at nice right angles. Pop this down and just with your scissors or your bone folder or whatever, just make sure that good contact is made on the base of your box. And then at the sides here, just gently, because you've made all your scores, it should just do your bidding. There you go, see? And put a gold clip on there to keep it closed just now till we decide our greeting. So like I did on this one, I'm going to try and decorate it, but I don't know where I put my leftover stamping, so let's see if it's over here. I've moved so many things. Where did I put the extra stamping, ladies, gentlemen who's watching me? How messy am I? I had leftovers and I don't know where I've put them. How impossible. I am absolutely impossible. I've no idea where they are. I did lay them aside. Well, hey, we'll just have to stamp some more. And as soon as I switch off the video, I'll find them. But anyway, look, I've got some extra card here. So let's get our sentiment out first. Let's go. We're going to go for, today calls for something sweet because, well, marmalade and jam are extremely sweet. They're at least 50% sugar. Still can't see the leftover card from when I trimmed, but never mind. I say never mind, but then I'm like looking and looking. Am I the only person that thinks she's going bonkers? Right, I've got block for this stamp, and then we'll do a couple of orange segments for decorating with. Right, so I'm going to use the Granny Apple Green for this. And I'm going to use my new punch to punch it out. Do it over there. Oh, that's just lovely. Oops. Then I will stamp. I keep losing everything. Here we go. This is a great fun stamp set. I'm a great lover of gin and tonic, so I've used this to do limes and lemon cards for all my friends that like me enjoy their gin. Okay, so I've not put them back there, so where have I put them there? They're already in. Oh, no hope. No hope at all. Let's see if we can get plenty of ink on this orange segment, make it really, really orangey. And a full segment to cut. clean it off. And then stamp with this one, what do you call it? Mango Melody. I think my brain came with me today. I don't know where it is. Certainly not here. Right. Okay, so I've got 2 segments that I can chop up for decoration. That'll be plenty enough. And them out of the way. Where's my punch? We'll punch out the sentiment. Whoops. Kind of got a bit of a sticky mess here. It's my usual. Right, so let's punch out our sentiment with this gorgeous new punch. This is available to customers from the 1st of March, along with some other lovely things which I will show you soon in the next few videos, probably over the weekend. Probably put something out at the weekend. Right, so there we go with that, and then just put that out for later. So I think there is actually a circle punch that will match up to this orange slice, but I don't have the right size punch. None of mine are right because I did check. However, I think, you know, no oranges are perfect circles, so I think a bit of rough cutting is what's required here. So one full one, and I just want actually kind of a segment of this one, I think, but I'll just cut it all out and then we can decide. I'm just quickly rough cutting these circles out. As I say, if you've got a punch that fits, well, I'm sure I've got a die that fits, but I didn't particularly want a perfect circle. Right, and that out of the way. Okay, so let's make this up. So, just a bit of sticky on the back of there, and I'm just, there we go, like that, and then I'm just going to cut a wee, maybe half. Yeah, I'll do. It's just something, isn't it? Just to pop on my box and dress it up. So, do I put it on the front? Do I put it on? Made it quite big, but that's cool. There you go. See, clipped on. So I'll just put some. I can decide whether I want that. If I put this bit straight about there, I can catch that with the clip, and there we go. Today calls for something sweet. How about that? Could make that into a tag, or do you know, and attach it with a bit of ribbon. Your choice. I love our wee gold library clips. They're in the back of the annual catalogue. If you need a wee pack of them ordered up, just let me know and I'll add them to any order that you put in. What do you think? I'm pleased with that. So we went from this. Where's the jarlet? Let's pop it into the finished. So a wee jar of marmalade. Open up. Pop it in. We clip. Bob's your uncle. There you go, it's all done. Let's just tidy up. Okay, so which one do you prefer? There's the wee squat, the more squat one that I prefer, or the longer one. I've not finished decorating all of that, but there it is. You tell me which you prefer. This was stamped on Berry Vanilla, that was stamped on Whisper Whites. This is much more vibrant, but that could have a lot to do with the fact that I think my ink pad needs re-inked. But I'm going to replace it with a nice new one. Thank you very much for joining me for 3D Thursday, and I'll see you again soon. Please subscribe, push the bell icon so you get notifications when there's more coming out, and please share with any crafty friends who you think might be interested in watching my tutorials. See you soon. Thank you.